Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek. Brought to you by Gate City Bank for a better way of life. And Pepsi.
Drive Williams back all the way to his 33-yard line. Got a seam, though. Look out for the speedster. Jackson Williams down the sideline. The redshirt for true freshman touchdown. Jackson Williams on the return. Touchdown. Special teams again.
There it was, a highlight to remember there on a homecoming win for the NDSU Bison. Jackson Williams, 67-yard punt return, coach. Pretty good way to highlight a homecoming victory.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a breakout for him, too. Just outstanding. You know, for a freshman to be able to go in there and do that job. Punt returning is hard. I mean, you got to have courage, you have to have ability, and you got to have trust in your teammates. And he capitalized.
He certainly did a dynamic play for the Bison as they win it 41-24 on homecoming against Towson. He's Coach Tim Polasek. I'm Sam Neidermann. Glad that you're along with us. Hope it's been a great weekend. Certainly been a fun homecoming week game. Coach, before we look at the highlights, a lot of positives to take away. Take me through what you reflected on after the game.
Yeah, just the readiness. You know, we were at kickoff, we were ready to go. And I really appreciate us acknowledging where our weaknesses were last week and then getting some things established. I think we have more to build on, you know, in this win than we did coming away from the win the week before. Just unbelievable with the Stampede, the fans that came out. Really, appreciate the support. And I had a great night at the Bitters Bowl.
Love it. A complete homecoming day. Let's take a look back on how it all happened. Our first half highlights presented by Gate City Bank. There it is, the entrance with the fire. Maybe it was a little cooler this time. I'm not sure, Coach, but we picked things back up. Opening series, Cam Miller able to connect with Bryce Lance on a first down pass. 15-yard pickup for Bryce. As the Bison moved the sticks, they would get into Towson territory here on an effective opening position. And then how about this? Marty Brown talked about yards after contact. Coach, he had plenty of them here today.
75. He had 75 yards after contact of his 130 or whatever it is. And so he's running really tough right now. I appreciate the way he's practicing.
11-yard gain right here for Marty. You see him getting low, breaking tackles. Multiple Towson defenders carried along for the ride there. He would get going early and often for the Bison in this game. This drive would stall out, took a sack there on the third down, ultimately had to settle for a field goal, but Griffin Crosa was true. 3-0 Bison with 8:45 to go in the first quarter. Towson would respond with a field goal of its own on its opening drive, then third down and 10 ensuing Bison possession. How about Chris Harris, Coach?
Well, unbelievable run after catch here. Obviously, it's a good opportunity for him. But just, again, his readiness and ability to capitalize on his opportunity is awesome.
49-yard catch for Chris, the longest of his Bison career, right down the seam of the defense. It would set up the Bison deep into Towson territory with a first down. They would get down to the goal line. Bison with fourth down and goal, decide to go for it, Coach, and Marty Brown breaks the plane for the TD.
Yeah, felt pretty good about things. You know, the red zone was one area that we struggled in a little bit Saturday. And I think it's just a combination of two things. You know, they did some unique things with some extra D linemen, but there is just a great effort by Marty.
Marty with his first touchdown of the game. Point after by Griffin Crosa was good. 10-3 Bison as we move along on homecoming. Ensuing Towson possession, special teams making an impact. Nick Kubitz blocks the punt.
Yeah, Devin Kleinman's really done a good job of breaking people down and coaching this unit. You know, Joe Brashon is our special teams coordinator, but Devin leads this unit, and I'm really pleased with where our special teams are at right now. It's not perfect, but it's getting better and better, and we're becoming explosive.
After getting stopped on a fake field goal, Bison would get another 3 and out, and here's Jackson Williams, the punt return that we saw earlier. 67 yards for the true freshman, his first career touchdown.
Yeah, again, you know, that's probably set up a little bit by the block punt. You know, you get them on their heels thinking protection a little bit, and their coverage suffered. And then we had multiple guys playing really hard, and Jackson, again, capitalizes on some space and taking advantage of it, and they couldn't get him to the ground, and he's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, they call him Whisper, apparently, with the quick and silent feet. Whisper Williams to the house. And then next, Bison possession after another solid stop on defense. Marty Brown breaking into the second level once more. He was ruled down on this play. No need to worry about the fumble. a 15-yard gain for a first down. On the same drive, Mekhi Collins over the middle from Cam Miller, another first down. Cam did not throw an incompletion until the second half. He started out 14 of 14 in this game, 16 straight completions going back to the end of ETSU. He would cap this nice drive to end the first half, 19-yard score to Bryce Lance.
Yeah, I think the addition of us throwing some more in-cuts has been really good, and Cam continues to play at a really high level. But I appreciate all the receivers and tight ends and running backs being on their spot on time, and that allows him to play progression football.
Yeah, 24-3, the score at the half as we take a look at the first half stats presented by Nodak Insurance Company. 178 yards through the air for the Bison, 97 as well on the ground, 15 first downs, and the defense really played a nice first half there.
Yeah, you know, it gets overshadowed by one big play that they gave up. I had them charted for 7 really solid outings, you know, and you look at those numbers there, and then only giving up 3 points on the opening drive is big. You know, openers are tough to defend. How are people going to attack you? And so I was really pretty pleased with how they came out. We've got some things to improve on, but it was a good outing.
Bison up by 21 at the break. Tons of action in an entertaining second half as well. We'll take our first break of the program. When we come back, we're looking at the second half highlights. Bison battling Towson on homecoming here on the Bison Football Coaches Show.
Teamwork, talent, dedication, leadership. These values that win championships on the field, build community, improve lives, and make a difference every single day. For you, for our neighbors, for our community, for a better way of life. Gate City Bank.
We're all players in the waiting game, whether that's for the day's first flight, the first shot, or the first retrieve. Entire off seasons of prep and practice all pointed at that singular moment each of us live for. First light. Because that's when it all becomes real. And it's finally your time to shine. Shields.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
Chronic wasting disease is 100% fatal in deer. Though rare now, it will continue to rise unless you help do something about it. Knowing its location is the key to managing chronic wasted disease. When hunting in the Northeast and Unit 3B2 this fall, plan to get your deer tested. Visit gf.nd.gov to find drop-off locations or request a self-sample kit and review the regulations. The responsibility falls on us all. Let's keep the deer herds healthy for future generations.
Parents can influence their child's behavioral health in a few simple ways. The first is really having ongoing conversation.
Role modeling positive behavior. Parenting starts at home, and those positive influences that a parent has rolls off on their children.
Sometimes just a simple question will get a child talking, and you might learn things about your child that you just didn't know about before. If you get to a difficult topic, that's where you can reach out to Parents Lead and look for some of that information that might help you navigate that difficult topic. And that's one of the benefits of Parents Lead.
Better starts with convenience. Better starts with trust. You can trust that your pre-approval is guaranteed on closing day, which is one less thing to worry about. Better starts with saving you money. No ATM fees and no minimum balances mean how you spend your money is up to you. Because at Gate City Bank, better starts with you. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Welcome back on into the Bison Football Show along with Tim Polasek. I'm Sam Neidermann. Glad that you're with us. We're looking back on homecoming as the Bison battle Towson. Let's get into our second half highlights presented by Gate City Bank. Certainly an emotional day with it being homecoming. Coach Bull making his return to the Fargo Dome. The applause by the Bison fans. He was honored along with the rest of the 2024 Hall of Fame class at half. Second half got off to a great start. Coach Marcus Shepard interception.
Yeah, really good job of breaking on the ball, and then film study played a big deal with that. He saw the wide release by the receiver, which meant hitch, and he trusted what he had prepared with, and he broke on it and made a great play.
His first career interception as a Bison. Great play there for Shep. And the Bison offense would pick things up late in the third quarter. Barika Penu hurtling forward for the first down run. Bison ground game churning the gears. And then from the Towson 38, Cam Miller over the middle. He connects with John Gores down to the 23. 15-yard pickup for Johnny Gores. First down for the Bison. That would set up second down and goal. Marty Brown gets to the end zone for the second time, Coach.
Yeah, just really good job of, they were obviously playing pretty thick in the middle. And so we ran on the edge there, and he finished the run, but some really good blocking, including Bryce Lance on the edge.
That was Marty's second touchdown of the game. That would make it a 31-3 or 31-3 advantage for the Bison at the time, their largest lead of the contest. And then Towson would end up picking things back up. They're only down by 21. They get a quarterback draw here for the score. Pull back within 2 scores, Coach.
Yeah, really nice play by their center. Seeing the blitzer late, spreading us out and running the quarterback draw.
They would end up getting a stop on us, and then the Bison would surrender the long touchdown run that got Towson back within 7. 31-24 the score, but a little change of momentum. Jackson Williams making another play in the return game, bringing the ball all the way out to the 43-yard line. Excellent field position. 9:56 to play in the ball game. Needed a drive from the offense. Cam Miller creating, finds Joe Stuffle tiptoeing the sideline. Joe finished the game with 4 catches, a nice first down there. And then on first down and 10, Marty Brown making things happen up the middle, bouncing off of tacklers. I think you said bumper cars a little bit in the postgame presser, Coach, and he gets a first down again.
Yeah, that was an outstanding talent play by Marty, because this play's not blocked up very well. It was good to see us get the A-gap power up and running, though. We had some opportunities there, and Marty just, really running hard and playing fast, dictating the terms to the defense.
And first down and 10 after that from the 18. Feed 25, some more. Marty Brown in the second level, almost able to get pay dirt. He gets tackled inside the 5, setting up goal to go. He would end up continuing on as the Bison bell cow here today, as the Bison ended up getting stopped. Had to settle for a field goal here, but Griffin Crosa delivers with 4:28 to play, stretching the lead back to 10. 34-24 in favor of the Bison. Ensuing Towson possession on 4th and 15. Unable to complete the deep throw down the sideline. NDSU gets the ball back on downs, and they would try and milk out the rest of the clock. 4th and 2 here, Coach decided to go for it. Pick up the first with Cam.
Yeah, running a play is going to run more clock off than anything. And I just felt like, we had a 2-score lead, and if we could capitalize there, obviously things would be over.
And then third down and 1. Marty Brown getting into the end zone one more time. Give him the hat trick. 3 touchdowns on the day for the freshman. He finishes with over 100 yards, and the Bison finish with the victory. The postgame handshake with Coach Pete Shinnick. 41-24, the final score. As we take a look at the final stats presented by Nodak Insurance Company. Over 400 yards of offense in this game. Coach, 26 first downs.
Yeah, really productive on offense. And just even watching the highlights again, obviously we studied the tape today, but the pass protection on all those completions were really good. And I think the offensive line is really coming together. There's connection there. It's never going to be good enough. Like, we always want to be better, and you can find one guy that could be better on each play. But I think offensively right now the production's pretty good. The penalties, again, a little high. And then defensively, obviously, we gave up the big rush. Otherwise, that rushing number looks fairly good. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of yards there, too, where we had to give up some yards to keep the ball in front of us while we were playing prevent as well.
Mm-hmm. After the game, Marty Brown, our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game with WDAY's Sam Getzinger.
Marty, 3 scores, very physical game out of you. How are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling good about it. You know, it's some stuff to build on, but we played good overall, but we need to be better in the red zone. So.
Do you get sore with how much contact you go through on any given run?
I don't really feel anything during the play, but probably, a day after I feel something.
You got conference play starting next week. What's the feeling of this team going into that game against Illinois State?
I think we're feeling good about it. We just got to keep building, trusting the process, and just staying grounded day in and day out.
Marty Brown, our Nodak Insurance Player of the Game.
Marty with the big game, Nodak Insurance Player of the Game, and now time for our Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota Carry of the Game. Build a game plan for your health when you carry blue. Find out how at bcbsnd.com. We're looking at Marty's second touchdown here on 2nd and goal, Coach.
Yeah, again, this is one of those deals. They did a pretty good job on the inside runs in the goal line package. So to get him out on the edge and get him one-on-one with a smaller player, was a really good call by Jake Landry, and really appreciate Marty's effort here, his second effort, to get in.
That's our Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota Carry of the Game. And, Coach, certainly a special day yesterday with Coach Bohl coming back to Fargo. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame on Friday, and being back here in the Dome, it had to be pretty special to see your former head coach on the sidelines with you for a homecoming game.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, and I think it was one of those deals where it was a hard-hitting game. It was a physical game. We leveraged that as, keys going into the game, and I think Coach Bohl was fairly proud of the way the team played. I told him I'm not necessarily proud. I'm just excited to continue to coach the group. And he said, that's about what I thought you'd say. And so him and Leah being back, and his whole family, Morgan and Mallory, his daughters, his dad, Phil, Birdie, they all were here, his whole family. So he really cherishes the induction, and he really respects the award, and it means a lot to him. He feels like there's greatness in this program.
No doubt about it. It was pretty cool to see the standing ovation. There you see Ben Woodside, former legendary Bison men's basketball player, as well as a star-studded Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, and I'll take advantage of this format, but I remember being up in the weight room in the BSA lifting at like 9:30 or 10 when I was a young GA or young coach, and Ben would be out there practicing with, no lights on.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah, certainly well-deserving for him, Brett Winkleman, and all the others. Congratulations to all the Bison joining the Bison Athletic Hall of Fame. We'll take another break. When we come back, much more to come here on the Bison Football Show. Our Olaf Anderson feature on the other side with Bison O-lineman Jack Liwienski.
A better way of life is better days off and better nights in. Better hellos and better goodbyes. With locally approved, financed, and serviced home loans, Gate City Bank makes buying a home simple. Welcome home. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
Life is full of beautiful moments. Adventure, fun, excitement, and sometimes the unexpected can happen. With Nodak Insurance, you can keep doing what you do. Use our technology to file claims quickly online, on your phone, or lean on our award-winning service team so you can get back to what matters, living life uninterrupted. Nodak Insurance. Agents with answers.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome back to the Bison Football Show. Along with NDSU head coach Tim Polasek, I'm Sam Neidermann. It's time for this week's Olaf Anderson feature. WDAY Sam Getzinger was able to catch up with a Bison O-lineman who has been putting in the work behind the scenes. It's Jack Liwienski. Check it out.
Last season was a year of learning for offensive lineman Jack Liwienski. Now in 2024, the redshirt freshman is hoping to expand his role with the big men up front.
Myself this season, obviously get on the field, make an impact any way I can, and then just better my teammates as well, pushing them in practice every day, and then just once again working on the little things myself, being better.
The 6'3", 295-pound Minnesota native has had some adjusting to do since joining the green and gold, moving from center to guard.
I like guard a lot just because I feel like I can move around a little bit more, pass pro and stuff. I enjoyed center too, but I feel like guard you can just really focus on things that I enjoy more, being physical. So
for the young guys like Jack, following a storied lineage of linemen, the goal moving forward is to keep up the Bison standard in the trenches.
Our expectation is just being as good as we have been in the past, honestly, just pushing each other, winning games, getting the run game established, being solid in the pass game, just everything that you've seen from in the past.
Good stuff right there. Jack Liwienski at his second year with the program. Coach, how have you seen him develop?
Well, it's really a little bit unfortunate because he missed some time in fall camp. Otherwise, he might be a guy that's playing a lot right now. And he's had a good last 2 or 3 weeks. He's always moving forward. He's got some real suddenness and some snap. He's a physical football player, and he wants to represent the group, wants the group to do well. Just his future is really bright, and I think that he's going to make an impact this year yet. And I really like Jack's approach. He was born the day that his dad was playing for the Vikings against the Packers, and so we always have a little bit of laugh with that and stuff. But he comes from good pedigree, and he's a kid that's thinking right. His approach is on point, and we're excited to coach him.
Yeah, his dad, 8 years in the NFL with the Vikings. Is it fun? You mentioned Keenan Wilson to me before, being a Twin Cities guy. He's a Viking fan. You got most starts are big Viking fans. Obviously, you've got your ties with the Packers. Is that fun going back and forth with the guys?
Yeah, it is. And one thing I think about back when I was those early years being here, it was split. It was like Vikings, Packers in there, so you have some fun with the kids. That's what it's all about, right? Finding out what their interests are, who their favorite teams are, and then kind of going back and forth. It's a good deal.
A big game between them next week out of Lambeau.
Right.
Vikes won today, yep. Pack won today as well against the Titans, so that'll be a fun one in the NFC North. Well, good stuff there with Jack Liwienski. We'll take our final timeout of the program. Coming up next, going to preview the opener in conference play. Valley play beginning for the Bison with Illinois State.
Teamwork, talent, dedication, leadership. These values that win championships on the field, build community, improve lives, and make a difference every single day. For you, for our neighbors, for our community, for a better way of life. Gate City Bank.
At Shields, we're anglers, endlessly seeking and refining techniques. We're hunters and storytellers, because we've been out there. We're experts that put products and gear to the test, so we can share that knowledge with you. At Shields, we understand your outdoor journey and the path you're on, because we walk it too, every step of the way. Shields, right there with you.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
Chronic wasting disease is 100% fatal in deer. Though rare now, it will continue to rise unless you help do something about it. Knowing its location is the key to managing chronic wasted disease. When hunting in the Northeast and Unit 3B2 this fall, plan to get your deer tested. Visit gf.nd.gov to find drop-off locations or request a self-sample kit and review the regulations. The responsibility falls on us all. Let's keep the deer herds healthy for future generations.
Back at it here on the Bison Football Show. Next up for the Bison, Missouri Valley Football Conference play, and it begins this weekend on the road at Illinois State. Kickoff at 2 p.m. and we bring you back into our studio here. Coach Polasek along with Sam Neidermann. Glad that you're with us. And Valley play, Coach, it's always a grind, and let the journey begin. 8 games to go.
Yeah, but there's also, it feels like fun, and like some of these early games, they're so unpredictable, because of the transfer portal and who people are with coaching changes. I like when we have some familiarity. We've been in plenty of really good games against Illinois State. Illinois State's been a program, their head coach is tough. He's a defensive guy. Their D coordinator's been there 7 years. I'm really looking forward to the challenge, and we got to go on the road now, and we got to be ready to go at kickoff, and we got to play a full 60 minutes, and that's going to be really important. That our mindset is that it's a business trip, and we got to be road warriors, and we got to be ready to go at kick.
Monday, tomorrow, we'll have practice, get started on a new work week. What are the focuses going to be?
Well, I still think it comes down to it's early enough in the year we have a chance to still, create and cultivate really good habits with our fundamentals and our technique. Any issue that we broke down as a staff together, it was good because it wasn't schematic. These are fundamental issues. This is an issue of technique, discipline within the technique, because the effort is there. The want-to be physical is there. And so continuing to focus on Mondays and Tuesdays on the physical nature, with how we fit our pads when we're blocking people, and then how we're tackling and getting off of blocks and block destruction is really important.
No doubt about it. Going to be fun. I'm sure we'll have a lot of reflection down memory lane with Illinois State, maybe a little 2014 with Carson. That was certainly an entertaining drive. We'll definitely take a trip down memory lane this week.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And I remember Marcus Williams had a big return day against them. Whether that was 2012 or not, I can't remember, but he had a big kick return. And this will be two teams that are very much built on physicality and toughness, getting together and playing Saturday.
Little old school Valley football for sure. Coach, always appreciate the time. Thank you so much tonight.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate everybody. Go Bison.
Absolutely. He's Coach Tim Polasek. I'm Sam Neidermann. We cannot thank you enough for joining us. It has been a blast this week and ready to go on the road for conference play. The Bison taking on Illinois State again, 2 p.m. kickoff Central Time out there in Normal, Illinois. Should be a fun one. A big thank you to our entire crew. WDAY doing a tremendous job behind the scenes. Matt, Jacob, our producer, Mike Capel, always tremendous. So for one more time, for Coach P, I'm Sam Neidermann. Take care and go Bison.
Today's Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek has been presented by Gate City Bank, for a better way of life, and Pepsi.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.